Okay, welcome to part 7B. Evidently, part 7A, as we're going to post it, as ran out of time after 20 minutes. So we're going to finish this up, being that, like I said, we are not camera people. We're kind of doing this on the fly, on the cuff. And I want to finish up with a couple of brief things. First of all, we've got rain coming here in South Florida.
What
It's
do you
going to be
mean
heavy
coming?
rain.
We've been having it.
Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying before in part 7A, was I was doing some research, working at the blogs, the posts, the questions, and one of the questions the gentleman had was, evidently when he was backing his vehicle up, what he ended up doing was he banged the front side of his trailer. And he wanted to know, can you extend your hitch? I read a whole bunch of blogs about it. I got my theories. I like numbers, but here's my thought. This is your standard cargo trailer. This is not the extended hitch, which you can get, which if you do have an RV, I guess they do suggest it. I never tried doing it, but if you bang this corner of the bumper into your trailer, you're making way too sharp of a turn. What he wanted to do was basically take the hitch ball, extend it about a foot back. Of course, granted, he had a class 2, class 3 hitch, but pretty much everybody was recommending not to do it because the further away this hitch ball goes, the more it's a lever. It's going to put a lot more stress on your hitch. Your hitch is not designed for it. So basically, pretty much what everybody was suggesting is don't turn so sharp. Um, you know, and that's what I would recommend. This is very doable. There's plenty of space. You can't cut it. That basically they call it jackknifing your trailer, and I've seen tons of people do it. And I've had, like I said, I've had trailers for 20 plus years. You got to be careful. You can't just hook it up and tow. Couple of towing recommendations for those of you who haven't had trailers before. My first recommendation is to hook up your trailer, go to a big parking lot, practice backing it up. That is the biggest issue, correct, Robbie?
Oh,
And my
absolutely.
brother Robbie's had
Absolutely.
trailers for 20 plus years too. Backing up a trailer is the hardest part. If you can master backing up a trailer and be comfortable with it, that's 99% of towing. The other thing is also your width. Um, with this cargo trailer, I'll let Robbie kind of show you, but my wheel wells actually extend out beyond the body. All right, so when I'm looking at my mirrors, I'm going to see the edge of the trailer, but I still have another 10, 12 inches sticking out. You have to always bear that in mind. The turns, you have to give yourself a little bit more space to turn because now you're adding your vehicle length, which my car's about 18 feet. I'm adding another 20 feet. You can't just cut it as sharp as you used to. And that's why for most people, if you see typically cargo trailers, there's no fenders because the guys cut the corner too sharp. Um, so, like I said, practice backing up, drive your vehicle, get used to it. Drive it around the neighborhood, get comfortable with it, get comfortable with your tow vehicle, and that's going to be in my opinion, the two biggest things with towing a vehicle. The other part is don't overload your tow vehicle. And one other thing I'm going to touch on is Robbie and I have watched a lot of videos of RV to camper builds. Um, Once again, like I said, I like numbers. I'm a math guy. Is cargo trailers are designed for the weight to be distributed evenly. Um, Basically, you want 10% of the weight hitch on your trailer. So don't put everything that you want to put in the front of the trailer. I've seen guys that they put a 40-gallon water tank, they put 2 propane tanks, they put 4 batteries. That's in theory overloading your trailer. Your trailer is supposed to support the weight. You can put a little bit of stuff in the front. Most of your weight you want near the axle. The axle on the trailer is what's supposed to support your weight, not your vehicle. And bear that in mind when you're laying it out as well. Weight distribution, which I don't think I really touched too much on, but you can't put everything all in the front.
Or side to side.
Or side to side. It's weight distribution. One of the big things is I'm not doing a toy hauler, but a lot of people do this as a toy hauler. So they want to keep the back area open, put their kitchen in the front. The problem is now you are overloading your tow vehicle. You can't put everything in one spot. And as you probably could tell, it's like I've got, you know, the porta potty in the front and the TV, and then I've got the kitchen in the middle. The back area, you know, I've got the sofa and everything, and then off the back, once it's done, is going to be the mini split into propane. And you got to put it a little bit here, a little bit there. Don't just take everything you want to put in and stick it in one area, because you're definitely going to overload your hitch, overload the tongue, and overload your suspension. And that's going to definitely cause you problems, breakdowns, tire blowouts, suspension failures, which you're overloading your vehicle.
And
So,
I'd like to just throw out my pet peeve: tires, tires, tires. Please use a very, very good quality tire. Make sure you take care of your bearings because of the stress on it.
absolutely. And yeah, bearing failure. That's the other thing. And I think I touched on this, but Diamond Cargo, they did what they call bearing buddies, which is not the solution to everything. That is a add-on that is good for, typically they do it on boat trailers. And I'm not going to get into why they do it, but they typically do it on boat trailers. This was a little upgrade. It's not expensive, but definitely maintain your wheel bearings. Repack them every, you know, I want to say maybe, you know, 5 to 10,000 miles. I don't have no number for you. I do things way more often because I'm a maintenance guy. I do things excessive, but maintain your wheel bearings, maintain your tires. You know, tire pressure. Tire pressure is, I want to say, if you Google it, it'll probably tell you the same thing, is a leading cause of tire failure. Check your tire pressure. Make sure the tires are properly inflated. Once you start seeing them get dry rotted, replace them. Yes, it's money, but I don't like getting broke down on the road, and nor does anybody else. That's a quick way to ruin a camping trip, is to be leaving Friday night, and at 9 o'clock on your way to the campground, you have a blowout. And not for the, make sure you have a spare, because that will definitely make a very bad start to your camping trip. So,
Wheel weights.
wheel weights. Another thing, we were watching that forum, and like I said, I'm big into maintenance, maintenance, preventive maintenance. Not after it breaks, but doing it before it breaks, as you know, the manufacturer recommends. The one thing over the years, 20 years of having trailers, a gentleman recommended that you balance your tires on your trailer. I have never ever balanced tires on a trailer. I've never ever heard it recommended, but it made good sense. If you have a tire on your vehicle that's out of balance, it bounces, it gives you vibration, trailer's no different, and it will eat up your tires. You can take your, if you know, get a jack it up, take it to, you know, Tires Plus or whatever your local tire place is. It's usually about $5-6. Have them balanced. And actually, I'm going to do this on this trailer, which I've never done before, but there's always somebody who's got something new. Just keep Googling it, keep doing research, and like I said, I'm not the guy who knows everything. I'm just telling you what I know, what I've learned, and please, if you have recommendations for me and Robbie, I'm open to suggestions, because I'm just telling you what we do, and I want to do it right, and if you have some information that will help us, absolutely interested in it. The other thing that we are still looking for, haven't heard no comments, is some kind of a video editing program for Android. Haven't found nothing yet, but please, if you have a program that we can use, that we can take all the pictures from other builds, this build, before we started doing the videos, please let me know, and amen, and God bless.
God bless.